Everybody chasing, trying to find happiness. Everybody chasing, trying to find love. Everybody chasing to find happiness. Oh, everybody's trying to find love. Chasing something, chasing a man, chasing a woman, chasing a career and a position. But love comes from the inside. Love is an internal feeling and emotions that come from within. To my sister, love your style, love your hair and your body too. Understand you are the goddess of this world. To my brothers, continue to stay strong and stay focused and understand who you are. You are the image of the Most High. Everybody's chasing love. Everybody trying to find happiness. Chasing those things on the outside. Chasing what the world say. Chasing what the world do. Chasing how the world want us to dress. Be on the outside. But love comes from the inside. Chasing. Is chasing something new. Everybody wanting a fancy car. Everybody wants a big house. Everybody wanna have nice clothes and red bottom shoes. We're chasing. Everybody's chasing, trying to find love. Oh, everybody chasing, trying to find happiness. But love comes from the inside. It's an emotional feeling. Everybody chasing, trying to find love, happiness. Everybody chasing something, trying to find a happiness. But love comes from the inside. It's an emotional feeling. Everybody chasing something, trying to find a happiness. Play it again. But love comes from the inside. I'm gonna play that one more time so y'all can hear it. I'm gonna hear it. Everybody chasing, trying to find love. Everybody chasing, trying to find happiness. Listen to it. Listen to it. Everybody chasing, trying to find love. Everybody chasing to find happiness. Oh, everybody's trying to find love. Chasing something, chasing a man, chasing a woman, chasing a career and a position. But love comes from the inside. Love is an internal feeling and emotions that come from within. To my sister, love your style, love your hair and your body too. Understand you are the goddess of this world. To my brothers, continue to stay strong and stay focused and understand who you are. You are the image of the Most High. Everybody's chasing love. Everybody trying to find happiness. Chasing those things on the outside. Chasing what the world say. Chasing what the world do. Chasing how the world want us to dress. Be on the outside. Love comes from the inside. Chasing. Everybody is chasing something new. Everybody wanting a fancy car. Everybody wants a big house. Everybody wanna have nice clothes and red bottom shoes. We're chasing. emotional feelings. Everybody chasing something, trying to find the happiness. But love comes from the inside. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I hope everybody's going well. Everything is going well for you. I hope the Most High really truly blessed you over and abundantly with love, kindness, and peace. I hope the Most High really truly have blessed you over and abundantly with wisdom and knowledge and understanding of His Word. I hope He has blessed you and your offsprings with protection, healing, and understanding. I want to say this. My wife and I, we wrote that song this morning. Yep. My wife and I, we wrote that song this morning, and we were playing with AI. And that's why I'm so late getting on, because we wrote that song this morning and we put it out. What you think, baby?
It's great.
It's great?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's feeling for what's going on in the world today and what I'm gonna talk about, because everything, but I'll get back to that in a second. Let me go ahead and do Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. And then I'm going to talk about Nineveh, but I want us to understand. I'll just get to it in a second, okay? And it reads in Exodus chapter 20, verse 1 through 17, and Ananias spake all these words, saying, I am Yahuwah the Ananias, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, and thou shalt have no other Ananias before me, and thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah the Ananias, am a jealous Ananias, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahuwah the Ananias in vain, for Yahuwah will not hold him guiltless that taketh the name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy works, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahuwah thy Ananias. In it thou shalt not do any works, thou nor thy sons, nor thy daughter, thy manservants, nor thy maidservants, nor thy cattle, nor thy strangers that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahuwah made the heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore, if Yahuwah bless the Sabbath day and hallowed it, honor thy father and thy mother, that their days be long upon the land which Yahuwah thy Ananias giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbors, and thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's house, and thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And let us pray. O creators of the heavens and earth, of our radiance and vibration, soften the grounds of our beings and carve out a space with us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear fruits of our mission. Let each of our actions bear fruits in accordance with our desire within your purpose for our life. Bestow us with the wisdom of produce and share where each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled thread of destiny that binds us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which distract us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of present moment. For you are the ground and the fruit for vision, the creator and power and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again, so let it be. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Happy Sabbath day today. This is the day that the Most High have made, so let us be glad and rejoice in it this morning. I said I was going to start reading things out of this book called Black People Invented Everything, right? And I'm just going to start with the first one. I'm just going to start with soap. It says Africans invented soap. Black people invented everything from food cultivated to gourmet cuisines. You know what else your ancestors invented besides good meals? Hand washing, hygiene, bathing, soap. Yes, black people invented cleanliness. From the first dust broom to the first soap. And those inventions haven't been improved upon in over a million years. African black soap wasn't the only formula either. There were thousands, twice as many as your local African market carries. Some involving baking sodas, as noted in the Hood Health Handbook. Baking soda is just sodium carbonated and naturally occurring soap. Has been tracked back to ancient Egypt, who used natrons, and a combination of sodium compound, including sodium carbonated, as soap. The ancient Egyptians may have been the first to record their use of baking soda as a natural deodorant, toothpaste, and soap. I wonder what they made their lotions from. You should look it up. Ashy skin is as old as melanin-rich skin, which means a shine might be timeless too. Thus, when do you suppose the first African shea butter nut was cracked open, or when the first African black soap was made? These inventions go back to the dawn of humanity, and they remain today because they are still the best options. So when you look at the African black soap, they saying that in the book, we created the first soap, which I do believe, because from 711 to 1492, the Moors and the Hebrews went in and colonized or civilized Spain. And when they went in to civilize Spain, Spain was going through the White Plague, or a plague. And when the Moors and the Hebrews went in there and cleaned it up, the people was living like savages. And they had to go in there and teach them how to bathe, how to wash, how to separate stuff, how to have running water, and things of that nature. So when the Moors and the Hebrews went into Spain in 711, they was cleaning Spain up and making it become more civilized. So that's the reason why. That is one of the things that you could say that really black Africans created was soap, because how they civilized and helped clean up Spain, and so many other things as well. So understand that the black soap actually originated from Africa, that you can buy in a lot of stores today, which came from, and then it's been in existence since the early ages of ancient times. So now, if you could turn to Nahum 3 for me. Nahum 3 for me. Nahum 3. I might read the whole thing today. I may not. I just kind of got out of whack today a little bit because I was creating that song. It just took me for a loop. And I got to write another one today, later on today. It's called Hard. H-A-R-D. Okay. But the key verse is going to be Nahum 3, 1 through 19. And the key verse is verse 13. The key verse is verse 13. And it reads, Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of thy land shall be set wide open unto thy enemies, and the fire shall devour thy bars. Let me read that over. It says, Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of thy land shall be set wide open unto thy enemies. The fire shall devour thy bars. The If I may give a title of the text today, the title of the text today, your time has come. Your time has come. That's the title of the text. And the two words that I have today is destruction. Destruction is a 13th century word. It means acting of destroying, devastation, state of being destroyed, demolishing, a pulling down. Destruction means a demolishing, a pulling down. And the word wicked, wicked is an evil principle or practice, deviating from the divine law, addicted to vices or sinful or more perverse, Okay? And John chapter 4, verse 4, I want you to keep this in the back of your mind. John chapter 4, verse 4, it says, ye adulterers and adulteress, know ye not that the friendship of the world is an enemy with God? And whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of Ananias. So, now, when we go to the book of Nahum, right? Nahum chapter 3 is talking to the city of Nineveh. Talking to the city of Nineveh. And Jonah and Nineveh is dealing with the same cities. Different perspective, different viewpoints, different approaches, but talking to the same city, right? And the reason why Jonah really didn't want to go to Nineveh is because Nineveh, the people in Nineveh killed or deleted his family, and Jonah did not want to go and get these people to be saved because of what he had done, what they had done to his family. And Jonah was very upset about that and did not like it and did not appreciate it. But when the Most High call you to do something, you got to do it regardless of what you want to do, how you want to do it, and the way you want to do it. You have to do things the way the Most High wants you to do it. And Jonah was called to go to the city of Nineveh and ask them to repent for their sins. He told Jonah, gave Jonah commandments to go to Nineveh. Told Jonah to go to Nineveh to be able to try to get Nineveh to repent for their sins so that they can have everlasting life. That's what Jonah's job was. Jonah's main purpose was, regardless of what they did to you, it's not up to you to do anything but to do what I called you to do, your assignment. I'm not going to let you go on this boat. I'm going to disturb your peace on the boat. I'm going to send you in the mouth of the belly of I'm going to send you in the belly of the whale for 3 days because of your disobedience. But I need you to go try to save some people in Nineveh. It might not have been for everybody, but it was for some people to be saved. So Jonah went and preached repentance to Nineveh. So Nahum, 141 years later, Nahum was talking to Nineveh about the destruction of Nineveh. And Nineveh was going to be destroyed because of their lifestyle, their approaches, the way they live, the way they were as a nation of people. Nineveh was somewhat like the Americas at the beginning of the Americas because Nineveh wanted to get the Hebrews to be integrated through nationality, even if they had to mix and mingle. That's why when you talk about the Samaritans are just a mixed group of people that lived in Nineveh, but the Assyrians forced them to become integrated with them because they was mixing and mingling through grown folks' actions, intercourse. So what Nineveh was trying to do was really wipe out the children of Israel through mix and mingling with the Hebrews. That's why they became because Sumerians, um, I'm doing something real fast. um, yes, the Sumerians was just a mixed group of people that the Syrians made to be, and it was just a bunch of mixing and mingling. There wasn't a pure race of people. There was a mixed group of people, right? And that's how they really got the name Sumerian. But when Nahum came preaching destruction on Nineveh because of their actions and the things that they did and how they was as a people in the land. Okay, it says Nahum in chapter 3 opens with the vivid and the characteristics of Nineveh. The characteristics of Nineveh was they was a violent city, they told a bunch of lies, they pondered, they was cruel, and they did a lot of witchcraft. And they were seducing nations to be what they wanted them to be. Sounds somewhat like where we live at today, where we use witchcraft and sorcery to convince people to be on our side through whatever it is, through idolatry and through spiritual corruption. See, our world, our country, has a way of manipulating people. Let me have one of them, Ginger. Our world and our country has a way of influencing people to get them to be the way we want them to be through manipulation, witchcraft, and other tactics. Because we know that the United States has the characteristics of Mystery Babylon. Yes, we do. We had the characteristics of Mystery Babylon. But Nahum was there to tell them, hey, destruction is on the horizon because of all the things that you have done and what you're doing. That's what Nahum was saying. Hey, we're gonna punish you. The Most High is getting ready to punish you because of all the things. He's saying that you're cruel, you plunder, you lie, you rob, you steal, you do witchcraft. You're basically a thief. So that was Nahum's message, was to give a message to the people about what's coming because of their behavior. Destruction to Nineveh. It's just like this in Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 9. It says, we will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. For her judgment has reached unto the heavens and is lifted up upon even unto the skies. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah, just like Nineveh, just like all these countries that have done wickedness. The reason in Egypt, because the wickedness have reached to the skies, meaning it's become too much for the Most High to continue to allow this place to exist because of the wickedness of it. But before they perish, the Most High have to send a messenger to them to let them know what is on the horizon. And that's what Nahum was doing, letting you know, hey, judgment is here. That's what I'm saying. Even when you look at this guy here, what's his name? This came out June 16, 2026. Miller labels leftists as Miller labels leftists a cancer that world must root out in fastic speech. People with left-wing beliefs are enemies of civilization, said Miller in a speech with numerous echoes. Okay. In a set of fascistic speeches on Thursday, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, White House power broker Stephen Miller, and other top Trump administration officially labeled the political left as a terrorist threat and vowed to use all of the tools at their disposal to systematically destroy left-wing groups. Representatives from 67 countries gathered in the U.S. on Thursday for a meeting called Rubio on the supposed resurgence of political terrorism. In addition to Rubio and Miller, several U.S. officials spoke, including figures like Treasury Secretary of State. The remarks from top officials quickly made clear that the meeting proposed was to put forth a global offensive against people with left-wing beliefs. In his remarks, Miller spoke of the Trump administration goals under the National Security Presidential Memorandum to disrupt, identify, defund, debank, arrest, and persecute these political terrorists. Here in the United States, we have taken the necessary and essential actions of formally recognizing left-wing violence as a form of terrorism that is a direct threat to our national security and survival of our republic form of government, Miller said. So now the government is taking, they feel like left-wing people ideas and going to prosecute them because of their ideas and their belief system, going against the First Amendment of the Constitution. The right to freedom of speech, freedom to assemble, and freedom of expression. So now you're getting ready to have something what you call
a civil disturbance like in 1776. Cancer comes from within and spreads throughout the body. And I think that's what we have right now, cancer in our political system. But let us go to Nahum chapter 3, verse 1, because this one is for a specific group of people because of their character, what they done, and what they continue to do. Right?
You said 3 verse. Chapter.
Huh?
I came in like 3 verse 1.
Yeah, it's Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Okay? And listen to what it says. It says, woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey depart not. The word prey means one who is looking to take advantage of somebody. The reason why the city is considered to be a bloody city is because of the actions that this city has betrayed. This city is considered to be cruel. It's considered to be a violence. It's considered to be a ponder. It's a city that creates lies. It's a city that practices witchcraft and idolatry and spiritual corruption. I looked up the definition of the word city of blood. It means it is a phrase often evokes a place steeped in violence, suffering, and moral decay. And if you look at our place today and where we live or where we reside, it can represent violence, sufferings, and moral decay. The city symbolizes civilization, power, and human society, while blood represents violence, sacrifice, and the cost that civilization, and the cost of that civilization. See, we fail to realize, right, what it takes for the U.S. to exist in the manner that it exists. When they say them guys fought for freedom, freedom is not free. Somebody had to die on the battlefield. Somebody had to lose their life in other countries. Somebody had to lose their life in everything that we see we have today. And losing a life is shedding blood. Whether it was over in Vietnam, whether it was over in Japan, whether it was over in Europe, where it was over in Africa, where it was in Venezuela, wherever it was, even here on the Americas, it has become a place of bloodshed because your freedom was fought to be able to make you have the things that you have, not saying it was right. But somebody had to die or go through transition so that you can have the life that you have today. Was it appropriate or inappropriate? Nobody can answer that question. But the most I look at that as inappropriate. But how I go to look at it is that everything had to go the way it had to go in order for us to be at this point that we're in today. So Nineveh was considered to be a city of blood. Probably deleted a lot of people. And when you look at the history of the U.S., we have probably deleted over 100 to 200 million people in our existence. Probably more than any other nation has ever did. So when we're talking about the city of blood, that's who the bloodiest city, that's what the Most High was talking to a city that is very violent. The reason why we over in Iran today, because we trying to get the oil. Look at Gaza, destroyed. Over what? land that can't even belong to nobody. So let's go to Ezekiel chapter 22, because I want us to understand what is considered to be, he's bringing woe. Woe is a warning. The word woe means warning. He's giving a warning to a bloody city. Bloody city means the one that's bringing cruelty, ponder, one who's bringing suffering, afflictions, one who teaches idolatry, one who teaches spiritual corruption. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 2 and 3. And it reads, now, thou son of man, will thou judge? Will thou judge the bloody city? Yea, thou shalt show her all her abominations. Then said thou, thus saith Yahuwah Anani, the city shedded blood in the midst of it, that her time may come, and make idols against herself to defile herself. See, if you look at it, if you look at everything that we have done today, it has indirectly made us more weak spiritually than anything else. All the laws that we have passed, everything that we have done, not everything, a lot of the things that we have done have made us more corrupt than any and ever before. We have never been on this scale of corruption. Even though, yeah, we understand about slavery, I understand about red summers, I understand about all that. But now, this time here is pushing us back to those red summer days. It's like now, I was looking at a TikTok video where now they're using canine dogs to sick on people. And that reminds me of the 1960s when they was doing the marches and the protesting, where you have to treat your citizens so rough and so bad, where you have to sick dogs on them. This is a nation of people now that don't even represent their citizens in the appropriate manner. That's why the Most High gave me that song to write this morning about us chasing. We're chasing the world. We're chasing all of these things that this system has created for us. But if we just walk in the love for ourselves, we would not be chasing the things of Babylon. But because we don't know who we are as a people, that's why we have a tendency to be chasing. The Most High told us who we was at the very beginning of the book. We was created from the dust of the ground, and we was created in his image, and he blew the spirit into our nostrils, which gave us life. But because we lost our way, we are participating in the bloody cities lifestyle. That's what that song was talking about. We participated, we're doing everything that the world wants us to do. Everything that the world wants us to do, we've been doing it. We're chasing after car, clothes, house, money, red bottom shoes. We're chasing after men and women. And the Most High said, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. So we're talking about the bloody cities. The Most High is talking to the bloody city about a warning because of their characteristics, their behaviors, how they function in society today, how they treat their neighbors, how they treat the people around them, around the world. It says this in Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 3 again. It says, then said thou, thus said Yahuwah Anani, the city sheddeth blood in the midst of it. What just happened with Nolan Wales? People are shedding innocent blood because of jealousy and hypocrisy. Okay, and it said that her time may come and make idols against herself to defile herself. Listen to this. Thou art become guilty in thy blood, that thou hast shed blood, and hast defiled thyself in thy idols, which thou hast made. And thou hast caused thy days to draw near, and art come even unto thy years, meaning that your time is up. Therefore I have made thee a reproach unto the heathens, and a mocking to all countries. Then it says, those that be near and those that be far from thee shall mock thee, which art infamous and much vexed. So when we go to looking at it, the Most High is talking to this wicked nation of people because of the things they have done wrong. Let us go to Habakkuk 2:2. And it reads like this, because I want us to understand that the Most High has given a warning to the wicked nation because of the bloodshed, because of all the things they have done. It's telling him, your destruction draws nigh. It says, Yahuwah answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that readeth it. No, let's go to verse 12. Go to verse 12, I'm sorry. Go to verse 12. Yes. Go to verse 11 and verse 12. In Habakkuk 2:11 and 12. It says, for the stone shall cry out of the walls, and the beams out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him, listen to this part, free labor. Woe to him that build a town with blood. That's Rosewood, that's Tulsa, that's Lake Lanier, that's all these cities that they flooded and destroyed so that they can gain money. It says, woe to him that builds a town with blood, and establish a city by sins. Behold, is it not of Yahuwah of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for the very vanities? For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yahuwah, as the water covered the sea. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him to make him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. And see, sometimes this country have made people do things that they know they shouldn't do so that they can have some of the things that they have. That's like putting a bottle of wine to a person to see how they're going to act when they're drunk. You don't tempt somebody to do something when you know they're vulnerable. That's what this nation has done. Let us go to Zephaniah 3. 1-3. Because the word woe means warning. Because it's a warning to a certain group of people. It says, woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. Listen to that part. To the oppressing city, she obeyed not the voice. She received not correction. She trusts not in Yahuwah. She draw not near to her Anani. Her prince within her are roaring lions. Her judges are evolving wolves. They gnash not the bones till the morrow. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons. Her priests have polluted the sanctuaries. They have done violence to the law. The just Yahuwah is in the midst thereof, and he will not do iniquities. Every morning doeth he bring his judgment to light. He falleth not, he faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. See, the Most High is getting ready to bring judgment to the people, but he has to give you a warning before he does it. And if we can't understand that, we in trouble. He gave a warning to everybody before he started to do something. Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, Noah, Babylon, everybody. The writing on the wall in Babylon, Syrians, everybody. He gave everybody a warning before it happened. So you cannot say that you did not receive a warning, because I'm giving you a warning. This week, when I was going to work and I was filling up gas at one of the local gas stations, half of the gas pumps was covered with no fuel because they didn't have any fuel. See, we don't think that the crisis that's happening over in the Far East is affecting gas prices in the gas pumps, but it is. Because we may not see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. It just means that we may not be seeing it, or we may not be paying attention to it in the manner that we need to be paying attention. But this is a warning. Take heed to it. Woe to you. Let us go back to Nahum chapter 3, verse 2. Listen to this. Listen to this, because they saying that Nahum was a very descriptive, meaning that he described everything and how it looked, the way it was, and how it's going to be. It said the noise of a whip, the noise of a rattling of the wheels, and the praising horses, and of the jumping chariots. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spears, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpse. They stumble upon their corpse. Listen to that. That's all the death and destruction that is in the land. Because of the multitude of the whoredom of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, the selleth nation through her whoredom, and families through her witchcraft. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahuwah of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. See, this is what the Most High was saying. He was describing the nations and the dead bodies and all of those things, and what was actually happening to the nations. And he said, I'm finna show everybody about you, because I'm against you right now. Just like Miller said, he finna try to get rid of everybody that's on the left, that has the left-wing idea. How can you say that? This country is supposed to be built on democracy. Some people are saying we're getting ready to go to the wilderness because of the agenda, because of them trying now to start to come persecute the people. Because it said this in Revelation chapter 12, verse 13 and 14. And when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. The woman is the children of Israel. Who is the dragon? The Hashatan, the system. So it tells us that the system is going to go against its own people because of their spiritual beliefs. And a group of people are going to have to leave a certain landmass because the simple fact is the system is coming against them. That's why the Most High got me to write this. I guess I got to write another song about hard times coming. But it says in verse 14, and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she may fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time and a half a time from the face of the serpent. So the Most High is against everything that's going on, but everything that has to take place. Okay, I'm going to read verse 5 again in Nahum chapter 3. It says, behold, I am against thee, saith Yahuwah of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show nations thy nakedness, thy sins, and the kingdoms thy shame. So what we're seeing going on the earth today is what the Most High is doing to the people. What the Most High is doing. This ain't got nothing to do with man. Because he said, I will show. I will shew the nations thy nakedness and the kingdom thy shame. So everything that we see going on is from the Most High. Not man. So let us go to Nahum chapter 2, verse 13. Because you read like you're right here. Nahum chapter 2, verse 13. It reads like this, behold, I am against thee, I'm your adversaries, saith Yahuwah of hosts, and I will burn her chariots in the smoke, and the sword shall devour thy young lions, and I will cut off thy prey from the earth, and the voice of thy messengers shall no more be heard. So this is the doing of what we see going on in the earth. It's the Most High. But we just got to be prepared for that. Because he's giving us a warning of what's getting ready to happen in the earth. We just got to be prepared for it. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 23. Verse 25. And the word jealousy means anger. I will set my anger against thee, and they shall deal furiously with thee. They shall take away thy nose, thy ears, and thy remnant shall fall by the sword. And they shall take thy sons and thy daughters. Thy residue shall be devoured by the fire. They shall also strip thee out of thy clothes and take away thy fair jewelry. Thus will I make thy lewdness to cease from thee, and thy whoredom brought from the land of Egypt, so that thou shalt not lift up thy eyes unto them, nor remember Egypt anymore. So it's saying there's going to be a bunch of violence in the earth. I will set my anger against thee, and they shall deal furiously with thee. They shall take away thy nose and thy ears. Thy remnant shall fall by the sword. They shall take thy sons and thy daughters, and thy residue shall be devoured by the fire. That's violence, because the Most High is against a group of people. Let's go to Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 31. It says, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith Yahuwah of hosts, for the days is come, the time that I will visit thee. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall rise up, none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his city, and it shall devour all round about him. Thus says the who of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong, Yahuwah of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. See, this is all about what Yahuwah is doing because of everything that's going on. This all is what Yahuwah is doing because of what Babylon got going on. That's why the time has come. Now you got this thing going around. What's that thing, Sharon? Making people sick in 31 states now.
The parasite.
The parasite bug, where you having a bad case of diarrhea. Mm-hmm. That was in 19 cities. Now it's in 31. That means that your food is kind of tampered with. That means that your food is tampered with. You got people that are scared to eat food. And I was scared to eat an apple, even though my wife soaked it in vinegar and baking soda. Because I didn't want to have a bad case of diarrhea.
They call it
Cyclosporum. Whatever it is, it's a bad case of diarrhea on the food. And the pesticides put it on there. Let's go back to Nahum, chapter 3, verse 6. Listen to this. Because the Most High has given us a warning, because he's against us, because of how the country has been acting. And I want you to listen to what he's saying and how he's saying it. I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile. And I will set thee as a glazing stock looking for food, a wanderer. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemourn her? Whence shall I seek comfort for thee? Everybody gonna be looking at us saying, man, who gonna help the United States? But we gotta realize we got a lot of blood on our hands. It says, art thou better than populace? No, that was saturated among the rivers. That had the waters around about it, whose rampart was the sea, and her walls was from the sea. Ethiopia and Egypt was her strength, and it was infinite. Put and Liban were their helpers. Luban was their helper. Labim were their helpers. Yet was she carried away. She went into captivity. Her young children also were dashed in pieces. at the top of the streets, and they cast lots for her honorable men, and all her great men were bound in chains. Listen to that. It's very descriptive. Yet was she carried away. She went into captivity. Her young children also were dashed into pieces at the top of all the streets. And they cast lots for her honorable men. And all her great men were bound in chains. Thou also shalt be drunken. Thou shalt be hid. Thou also shalt seek strength because of the enemies. All thy strength hold, all our strongholds shall be like fig trees. Listen to this. Listen to this. All thy strongholds shall be like fig trees with the first ripe figs. If they be shaken, they shall even fall into the mouth of the eaters. Listen to that. All thy strongholds shall be like fig trees with the first ripe. If they be shaken, they shall fall even into the mouth of the eaters. Meaning that no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to defeat the people that's coming against you. Because your strongholds have been taken away. You no longer have the power to do the things that you need to do. Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of the land shall be set wide open unto thy enemies. Listen to that. That goes back to that verse 12. You're going to be like a fig tree shaken. And the fig going to fall into the mouth of the eaters. Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of thy land shall be set wide open unto thy enemies. The fire shall devour thy bars. Draw thee water for the siege. Fortify the strongholds. Go into clay and tread the mortar. Make the strong bricks. Make the bricklings. Thou shalt the fire devour thee. The sword shall cut thee off. It shall eat thee up like the cankerworms. Make thyself many as the cankerworms. Make thyself as many as the locusts. Thou hast multiplied thy merchants above the stars of the heavens, and the cankerworm shall spoil and fly away. That means that it ain't nothing that we gonna be able to do to stop this destruction from coming. It ain't nothing that we can do. No matter how much we try, it ain't nothing that we can do. Because it's here. It's here. Verse 13. Thy crowd are as the locusts, thy captains as the greater grasshoppers, which camp in the hedges in the cold days. But when the sun arises, they flee away, and the places is not known where they are. This goes back to when everybody will flee back to his own city because of the conditions of the country. Thy shepherds slumber, O king of Syria. The nobles shall dwell in the dust. Thy people is scattered upon the mountains, and no man gathers them. There is no healing of thy bruise. Thy womb is grievous. All that hear the bruit of thee shall clap their hands over thee. For For upon whom has not thy wickedness passed continuously? That means that it ain't nothing that we can do to stop the destruction that is coming upon the earth because of all the bloodshed that we done did. Ain't nothing that we can do. And what is the saddest part about it is Nolan Wells. People is very serious about that. Messages that you're hearing now about what Hebrew or African American people are saying is that you can't let your children be seen with nobody that's not who they're not familiar with. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 13 and 15. It reads like this: there is none to plead their cause because all the bloodshed you've done, that thou mayest be bound up. That has no healing medicine because all the deleting that you have done. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wounds of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitudes of thy iniquities, because thy sins were increased. Why criest thou for thy afflictions? Thy sorrows is incurable, for the multitudes of thy iniquities, because thy sins was increased. I have done all these things unto thee. That's something we got to understand. That's something we got to accept. Everything that we're going through today is going to be because of what we've done as a people and as a nation. And there's nothing that you really can do about it but accept it and take it and ask the Creator for forgiveness for it. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 30, verse 20 and 21. It says, and it came to pass in the 11th year, in the first month, in the 7th day of the month, that the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have broken the arms of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And lo, it shall be bound up to be healed, to put a roller to bend it, to make it strong to hold the sword. Therefore, if thus saith Yahuwah of hosts, behold, I am against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and I will break his arm, be the strong, and that which was broken, I will cause the sword to fall out of his hands. Go down to verse 24. And I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon and put my sword in his hand, and I will break Pharaoh's arm, and he shall groan before him with the groaning of a deadly wounded man. See, the Most High uses people to destroy people. He uses nations to destroy nations. So, we don't really know what's going on with Iran. Is he using Iran to destroy us by cutting our fuel off? Zephaniah 2 and 13. And he will stretch out his arms against the north and destroy Syria. It will make Nineveh a desolation and dry like a wilderness. And the flock shall lie down in the midst of her, and all the beasts of the nations. And the cormorant and the bittern shall lodge in the upper lantern of it. Their voices shall sing in the windows. Desolation shall be in the threshold. For he shall uncover the cedar wood. This is the rejoicing city that dwells carelessly, that said in her heart, I am, and there is none besides me. How has she become a desolation, a place for beasts to lie down in? Everyone that passed by her shall hiss and wag his hand. See, we as a people in America got to be ready for the times. We have to be ready for what's going on. We have to pay attention to what Miller said, Rubio said, because these are stark warnings to what's getting ready to happen in this earth and what's in this society. They finna start arresting people just because of their ideology, not because of what they do, but because of how they think. And see, while some of us are out here still chasing the things of the world, we got corruption and chaos and calamities and destruction in the land. That's something we got to understand. We can't get away from it. It's here. Look at your fuel. Look at your fuel prices. Look at your food. Look at the job market. Look at all that stuff. And see, when I be looking at the news and all that stuff, the only thing they be doing is promoting silver and gold. That's all they promote. Buy silver and gold. Buy silver and gold. Because they understand that the collapse of the dollar is here. We don't have that much oil reserves. We don't have that much oil reserves. So I know this wasn't an intense teachings. I know this wasn't none of that today. I'm tired, but I had to do this teachings. Your time has come. Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of thy land shall be set wide open unto thy enemies. The fire shall devour thy bars, meaning destroy everything about your land. Yeah, destruction is because of wickedness. That's something we got to understand, because this is a warning against the nations, because it's incurable. Some nations are just that incurable. And see, I was talking and I was thinking last week about why the Far East always going through stuff, right? But you got to remember the Arab slave trade lasted over 1,300 years. And the most I got to get that time back and get them people back. Just like over here, it lasted over 400 years. That time and the people got to get paid back. So that concludes the teaching for today. I hope that you got something from the teachings today, and prepare your house for slaughter. Father, as we come to you today, we thank you, we bless you, we praise you, Father. We give you all the honor and the glory, Father. We thank you for everything you have done and what you continue to do, Father. We thank you for just being you. We thank you for letting your word not go out and come back void. We thank you for this song that you allowed us to write today. Father, we know that we're using the AI system, but we ask that you help us to get this word out so that people can understand. I know that you have another word for us to be able to put out into the atmosphere. We just ask that you guide us. But Father, help your people, lead your people, guide your people, cover your people. Let them be able to see the way you want them to see, hear the way you want them to hear, and speak the way you want them to speak, Father. Cover as we travel the highways and byways, going to and for our destinations, but bring justice in the atmosphere. In your higher name we pray, so let it be. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Chasing, chasing. Everybody chasing, trying to find love. Everybody chasing, trying to find happiness. Everybody chasing, trying to find love. Everybody chasing to find happiness. Oh, everybody's trying to find love. Chasing something, chasing a man, chasing a woman, chasing a career and a position. But love comes from the inside. Love is an internal feeling and emotions that come from within. To my sister, love your style, love your hair and your body too. Understand you are the goddess of this world. To my brothers, continue to stay strong and stay focused and understand who you are. You are the image of the Most High. Everybody's chasing love. Everybody trying to find happiness. Chasing those things on the outside. Chasing what the world say. Chasing what the world do. Chasing how the world want us to dress and be on the outside. But love comes from the inside. Chasing, chasing. Everybody is chasing something. Everybody wanting a fancy car. Everybody wants a big house. Everybody want to have nice clothes and red bottom shoes. We're chasing, chasing, chasing. Everybody's chasing, trying to find love. Oh, everybody chasing, trying to find happiness. But love comes from the inside. It's an emotional feeling. Everybody chasing, chasing, trying to find love, happiness. Everybody chasing, chasing something, trying to find a happiness. But love comes from the inside. It's an emotional feeling. Everybody chasing, chasing something, trying to find a happiness. But love comes from the inside.
Love yourself. Love the Most High. Y'all have a blessed one. Shalom, shalom, shalom.